The pastor where you worship, now the same man now you get for house. That pastor where you worship, that same man you get for house. If you not fit worship your man, you dey go worship another pastor, thinking say the pastor they tell you the truth. For example, now your man fit tell you say, today I don't want to make you go church, make you do this thing for me or for house. Then you go start to the fight with the man, say, hey, me, I need to go to church. I beg. It's what you want to go do for inside that church, where you not fit do for inside your house.
God bless you.
The prayer, what you want really pray for inside that, what you want pray, what you want speak, what you not feel talk for your house, where you must go inside the church. So when their husband stop them from going to church, they will feel like, my husband not like God, like me, where I grew up from. My papa no go church. I no see him for any church house. But every morning,
one Bible verse to support what you just talk. Make I give you one Bible verse to support what you just talk. And that Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. And that they try pin that your Bible verse where you help me read. But I don't know why it's not pinning.
I don't know.
Okay, I've pinned it now. Let's hope it stays pinned.
Matthew 6:6.
Yes.
But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father who sees everything will reward you.
So when you want to pray, the Bible says, go by yourself, lock your door, and pray to God in private. So tell me what it is you are going to look for in that church, if it is not that to go and do your pastor's business. Madam, continue. I'm enjoying you.
My dad, well, my dad never go church, but I know we grew up in a home where my dad, they always play Don More, and he get his own Bible, when he get Bible when they read for house. You know, my dad is a musician, so when he sing, my papa na Bible verse in the open till they sing music. So he know many things about the Bible. So when he stops, say, no go church, no do this or not do that, they're going to argue with him, say, Lucifer don't they disturb this one devil don't they disturb for a family. So he already knows, say, now the pastors, those people, them, they brainwash you. They tell you, say, especially, okay, for example, now, I know, say, you know, the kind of women where men, they brainwash. Now, women where they really need love. They go they tell their pastor, say, Pastor, my husband don't love me, oh. My husband won't carry another woman. That thing that they used to, they brainwash them.
Oh,
my
God. Oh, God.
That's the that they say they brainwash them. Once they just say, go tell the pastor, and the pastor know very well saying the man, oh, that's what he go people still do now. Self-control he just get because saying they stand for utter. So they will go tell the man get what he to reply you back because he be man. He go tell you, say, no worry, your husband will, when I pray for you, your husband will answer you. As they don't tell for their mind now, you know men, for example now, see, if when I day here, if I ask my husband money, say, honey, please, I need so, my husband will first argue with me. What we don't argue. Later, and I not be today or the day when I ask him, he go give me the money eventually. So that will kind of make me they think, for example, now. Just imagine, say, when I ask my husband money, and I know say he get the money, or not because I don't know. I know say money day in hand. I could call my pastor, say, Pastor, my husband not give me money, or and what if you said that pastor will tell me? He go say, don't worry, I will pray for you. When I pray for you, the money will come. Which the money go come on the own, now some man be, you understand? Man, once you ask them something, they want to know, you understand? You want to know what you want to use the money to do, or maybe at that moment they never get the money, so they don't want to tell you, say they never get the money. You understand? So they will give you when the money comes, or they will give you when their mind tell them to give you. So just imagine you are that pastor type. You can't go call your pastor. The pastor will come tell you, say, I go pray for you. He go come they pray. Or whatever, I go to deceive you, say they pray. Then eventually the money can't come. You go call your pastor, say, Pastor, my husband don't give me the money. Praise thy Lord. You glory when you're supposed to give your own husband. You cannot go give that money. That money when you can't get now, you go call Kotamito too or whatever. Thinking said the man I pray for you. Just for this man, for example, no, if person do something for you, maybe as you see all these musicians, they sing for us, they do things for us. They happy now. Sometimes you just want to dash them your thing, you understand? Because they make you happy. You understand? So that is how the pastors, they feel so that they make the women they happy. They will come, they give them money. So because the pastor already knows that is where money they come from. Since they know that is where money they come from, they go come, they give you prophecies. When you don't already, what do you tell them for your house? It just be like therapist. When you tell a therapist something, they go come give you a feedback. How you go take handle them. So pastors, they come, they do all this work to women. So it don't brainwash them to their extent. Even when they're in their sad mode, they feel that when the pastor pray for them, that is when the thing they walk like that. So you see, why I say most pastors really they convince women truth. Now my house, I just see all those things, and people were there around me. Now so for my house one day, something happened. They thief somebody thing. I don't want to call the name though. The thief person thing for my house. So the person call our pastor. Call our pastor. The pastor can tell us, "Na me, you hear me? Na me thief the thing. I not forget that thing till I go die." The pastor, I come because me, I am this. If you tell me something, I will fight you. I will use my anger. I go fight you back. And then they keep saying, "Let God judge for me." I not be that type. I will fight you back. But so when the pastor said, "Now let me take the thing," I tell her, I say, "The day when I go see your pastor for this house or whatever, I go slap him." I said, "I go slap that your pastor." Now she goes say, "I don't get respect." So when I go say, "How will your pastor?" From there, I don't already know. Say, see all these people, they deceive you. They deceive you. They destroy your home. So I'm going to tell you, say, just to collect money from you. So they know that now only woman and now love, either love, husband, having a husband or having a boyfriend, now they make women they deceived by another man. Love, money, now they make women they deceived by another same man. What you get for house, so when you go steal the man where they manipulate your brain, you don't go meet another person, they manipulate your own brain again. So that is the problem when we Nigerians we get most women, and the thing don't go. It could be like say some pastors they put something for inside their blood, or they put I don't know. I want to. They don't get addicted to the extent that when you tell them something, they will tell you, say, "You be small picking. No, you don't know anything." That small, you be small picking. Now they always hear. One day, I tell my mama, say, "See, mommy, you tell now all that time when I never marry. When I never marry, your pastor now, you are your pastor now. They talk about husband now husband now. Your husband now." Instead they tell you say your husband want to marry another wife, your husband want to do this. Now they instead they collect money or whatever. Okay, now the man now not come there for money to come. They don't come see another source. I don't come marry. So the person when I'm married now, they don't come say you put eye for my body. Say you they pray, maybe they pray for me every time for church. They go church, they call my name. Hey, pastor, pray for this my daughter. Oh, people there I they on how. Mommy, they don't know say that their money they come from now. So now my vision they're gonna see every day now. I call it tell my mommy, now my vision, and even though they sleep, so they go tell you say, "I they sleep." And they do anything I they do, they go tell you say, "I they do them." So that you go know say now their money they come from. Mommy, all these people they deceive you. See, I can't tell her say, "Mommy, now you they tell me sometimes you they say BP this thing. Use the money I'm giving you. Your husband they give you. Use and take care of yourself. Look good. Take good medicine. Treat yourself. See that church in the evening. You go your church. Go this thing. Small money when you get when you go tell they arrange your life. You go kind of go put that pastor now. They carry on our money to the shop. I'm not saying now all the churches. So most churches they know that you are a customer. You are a regular customer. Now the market that they sell. Now their market that they sell. So now they already know you are a regular customer. Either you go bring somebody, for example, when you sell something, you understand, you go they want make people bring more customers now. When the person that they buy again, go still they bring more customers. You understand? So now pastors they do those women too. they bring more customers. Say, now this man pray for me, oh, now this thing what happen, oh, and them say they see you. What did God they do for you? Oh? Now you go to tell them, say, now pastor do for you. Them say when they see your life, they shine now. More time they don't go to church. You don't bring customers, can't give them.
Don't bring customers.
That is how you see a lot of women. So to the extent, some of the pastors that they know they use jazz. I feel talk and say that they use jazz because person
well now we know now.
Yeah, they use that because you're gonna see you they tell them something safe. They go still they tell you say you don't know anything. I'll call the answer. So since when you they pray, or you don't go tell you say, now your prayer, my prayer when I pray, now don't they sustain me for this life. Now don't they you they pray for inside your ass, you go see they sustain. Whether now anywhere you they pray, you go see they sustain. So not feel that because the pastor and I tell you this thing. Some say they want enter road, they want travel. As they want travel, they will call their pastor. I beg I call my pastor. If the pastor tell they say, don't go, they don't this, I beg go. My pastor say, me cannot go. They go drop this thing, I beg, and then they go. The pastor don't put, I don't know the name when I won't call them. You don't put something for inside their blood so the extent that anything where the pastor tell them, neither they do. So tell plenty of women, you get one woman there, her marriage crashed because of pastor. Her husband get money well. The woman, the pastor can tell her say, her husband, as the husband get money, she tell her husband say make he give her so million. Now she go make the husband. I said I need now self myself I be woman now. I need 100 million from you. Now the pastor, the husband comes and say, what do you want to use that money to do? Now she can say, as your wife consign. So maybe they get the same money where they get. You not see how foolish the woman be. Man, like say in own short, she don't kind of give his own wife as in wife. He want make the woman go there compete with her own husband. The husband also say this one now pastors now they deceive her. Before you know, the pastor called the tell and say, your husband won't marry another woman. That is the reason why he no one give you this money. Now another person they shop in money for outside. Before you know, the woman they do things what she's not supposed to do. Then they do incantation for her. Before you know, she lost the marriage. She lost the marriage. The man married another woman very well. They're very happy right now. So who lose? Now sense don't even come. Some of the pastors said that they will sleep with the women. So I don't know, as they sleep with them, they will put something for their body. Because you know, say woman with brain, we no get brain. Anything can catch her. As far as you know, you use this brain. So if they use jazz for that kind of woman, that woman don't for finish. So most people for this Nigeria, pastors, nice scatter their home, scatter their marriages. If I give them name where they're not supposed to be, now pastors, and they still they work out the pastors also. Even when they not get anything again, they go still they work out. I don't see where person they work out go. She not get money again. She be the sell things for market. She get money where that time. The pastor don't shop her money finish. She not gonna get anything again. The day when she get like cancer, when she want that, she go meet that same pastor, say help me. I said the pastor work out, enter motor with the daughter, drive leave her. That pastor no help her. So you see these pastors, they use women, destroy their home. When they don't use you finish, because you don't bring another candidate, they will dump you, enter another one, use you finish, dump you, enter another one. So plenty of women, they know because I feel that the pastors that they use something for them. And the only way when they go to come up from there, I feel that people where they around them go to help them.
Thank you very much. Now I want you to share your own personal experience.
Okay.
How has it been for you?
My own personal experience. I remember when I got married. Me, I'm not a pastor person because, like I said, where I grew from, you understand? I not to they do all this. I they go church, but I know Sabi do. Let me have my pastor's number and call my pastor. So my own experience is when my mom one day called me, said somebody won't pray with me. I got the verse. I said, mommy, why you give my number to this person now? Say the person just won't pray with me now. I said, okay, that time. I think I was 2 years in marriage. So I can't say, okay, no problem. The person can't call me. Now the person asked me, say, mother, if you come worry, I can't say if you want pray me, I don't believe pastors. So even the way you talk, especially when you be pastor, where you never even, I don't believe when you be pastor, where I don't want to talk, you still they start. So I know they get patient to even talk to you, sef. So you feel come worry. I say I not feel come. Pray for me for you. I say the prayer when you want to nah. I go come, you go see me face to face before you go pray. I said, that means no one pray. Now I cut my call. I call my mom. I tell my mom. I say, mommy, I beg tell that your pastor, I be whatever you call him. No, make him not call my number again. Because if you call me again, I not go like him. I go feel insult him. So my mom say, okay, no worry. She gonna try to want pet me. So now the pastor could tell her, I said, tell that your daughter say, person, a husband go give her something which she never get for life before. Say, if only me I buy smith and instrument, because God give me voice. So God want make I promote, God want make I promote the ministry. So make I buy instrument and smith for him. Or else, my husband no go give me that thing. When now I call my mommy, I say, mommy, what I tell you say my husband won't give me? You go tell your pastor, because I your pastor tell no say, my husband won't give me something. And me, you share matter like mother and picking. So why you come go? She say no. She just pray about it. Say make up. I say, mommy, this is what I am saying. Now you don't tell him. You don't already know what they happen. So now he don't give you prophet that is from that word when you tell him. Now he don't get what he want to tell you. Now I tell my mom say, I know they buy any instrument. Yeah, and I know they buy any smith, because not be the instrument or smith I buy before I tell reach this stage for my life. Small time, my mom can say, me I too stubborn, no, I too stubborn, blah blah blah. She they talk. She can call me again one day. She can say, she don't buy this. I said, thank God, say not my money you stay buy the smith, oh. And not my money you take buy the instrument. Thank God, say I don't even give you money that period. So not my money you take buy your smith and your instrument. So she buy the things for the one they start their shop. Now I say, okay, as you buy this thing for this man now, what it gonna happen? She can say, don't worry, God go bring. I said, see, the thing, God don't already dies. Now my husband use mouth to talk him. You understand? And now you go do it. And I just share it with you because you be my mother. If I not share it with anybody before, nobody go know him. You understand? So if you they tell all these pastors things, they're going to tell you things about where your money they come from. If you just say, I have one contract where this, they don't already know, so now that contract, now money go come from. So they're going to see prophecy inside there. So I told my mother, I said, I beg, not they tell pastors my word again, because if you they tell them my things, they're going to give you word from there. That is how my mom, she stopped. See, to the nana, go tell my mom, say, me she go church, say this thing. She don't know the ayash now. Said, now when I call the car, they go beautiful places. Without me, I know they go church. I know they go all night, all those things then. I know they go church. I know they do all those things then. But today, my life, now, I say, my life still better. I they go church like the one I they go. I they go all night, on until they go all night. But my life still dey okay. I still get what I want. I still do what I want. So I'm gonna use that example. Say, not be your pastor go tell you say life go be like this or life go do like this for you. They just they deceive on that. They just no say that is on be people where on rely on and rely on. In fact, they know say I need love, on I need on our husbands, on I need money. So that the thing, this small ones on they get, they're going to help on the shopper. Take care of yourself. That is how I just tell my mom too. She says now, she know they do all this thing. Go church, come back on Sunday and mind your business. Oh me.
100%.
Mind your business. Simple. Me, I know a lot of women now pastors for their home. My house self, pastors go tell you say, this your picking now wish. Pastor and I see they talk that word because person no go just wake up, go tell you say this person now wish. A lot of things when I learn now from my home, from people where they pastors, because me they here they talk right now. Person where you don't call name, where you don't do this, they live life, they do well, they well. So you suppose not say, I just look, I said, all these people, now really the pastors, they really need, because I don't do marriage now. I just get some kind of experience as a woman, you understand, when man misbehave, I don't see all those things. Them I say, just imagine your husband, you and your husband, they fight. If you be that pastor type, before you know, you don't call pastor. You think you need therapist. You understand? You don't call pastor. For me, if I fight with my husband, I don't even call anybody. The highest person I will call, my mom. We will just time like normal play. They talk because I see say people are meant to fight. Even brothers and sisters, so would they accept? Would they fight? Can't talk of husband and wife. Now I no go fight. So I don't learn all those things from my house before I enter marriage. So get what anybody won't tell me about, say, pray now, go meet so person, he go do this thing for you. So all this experience, I don't get them from my own before I can't enter my marriage. And as I did so, I feel my marriage is the most, I'm not that perfect too, but I dey see what is my mothers they're supposed to do for their marriage, where they don't do. You understand? Where they don't know. Where they don't know what to do. I feel say now those things where they don't do, I really affect them for their marriages today. And then young girl, and my husband when I marry, he gets children before I marry him. You understand? If really I not experience all those things for my house, I don't think I would have able to handle my children. You understand? I owe my children as one. And I don't see the benefit of all my children as one. I can't say, this thing, I really waiting my house, they no do. They just, everybody, they my own. In this life, I feel, not be who you born. My God said, they say, if I give you something, not be you go give me back. Now another person go give me back. That is my baby. That is what I learned from my father. You understand? So, but in my house, everybody my own. So I don't use that method. As I don't use that method, I don't know where I take get that knowledge from, but I feel God now just control me to do it. Now God they lead me. But when I hold my children as one, I see love. In fact, it be like say, now this one that they call medicine. I see love, understanding, peace. With a fight or with a quarrel, you understand? Me and my husband, we do have arguments. But that's when I hold I think something where they make man where don't born children before, where don't meet maybe mistakes. Can't see a woman where if he hold everything when he gets together. That man will be the most happiest man for the world. So I feel now what I say handle my own marriage, my experience in my house. I use my experience for my home to handle my own marriage. And they see him, even the whole world, people they see him now, say, how like they do this thing? Now what I don't experience for hours before, I turn it around and use it to do work for my own. Then I feel positive. People they see him now, myself I they see him for my own husband, but they say, wow, if to say I don't really do this man like this, or this thing my own, I feel I go still get the same problem when my own home they get. Now the same problem I go still get, because not be everybody feel do which is normal. You understand? Like I said, if you have a woman, if you see a woman where if you handle your things, and you know when man they work, as they work now, woman they hold their things for them now. Woman they put their things together for them now. So if you see a woman where if you handle your things, that is the woman go sacrifice herself. Like how will I say it? She sacrificed herself for the family. Then the man, because of what you they do, the man said they see what you they do. He go come put in that thing when that the result of what you do. If they come natural, they're not the first time.
If they come natural, true. That's the way you yarn now.
They're not the first time. Natural thing. If person treats you well, you're not gonna treat the person back. Even when you don't even love the person self, that treatment they come natural. Before you know, love don't come, because when somebody do you well, you go they happy. You go want to do the person well back. Like now you have fan base now, you understand. As your fans, they tell you I love you. It makes you happy now, right? That is how it is to a man. When you make a man happy, the thing they come natural. So I feel as my experience with pastor, especially I don't want to use my ear to hear pastor, because my home supposed to be the most happiest, because my father is very loving, kind, you understand? But I feel pastors, they are among people who will scatter my home. My home.
All right, we have somebody here. Your network is very bad.
Is that for me, Daddy Praise?
Yes. But let's hear you. Let's hear you.
What's wrong with my network?
We can't even see you.
Wow. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me try something else.
All right. Anyway, go ahead. We can hear you though, so you can share your thoughts while you try to sort out your internet.
I start with you from the beginning. Well, I picked what you were talking about from my lady that just spoke now.
Yes.
And I think you're talking about our experiences with pastors and churches and all these kind of manipulations going.
Yes.
With women mostly. Am I correct?
100%. We're talking mostly about how easily women are manipulated. Most people that are manipulated by church and pastor are women.
Yes. Okay. Let me start by my own little experience. Okay. When I was in Nigeria and after I left, I still attend Pentecostal church, but I stopped a lot of things I was doing before, believing everything around me and believing everything the pastors were saying. I started guiding myself when I started, there's a stage in everybody's life where probably you have challenges and anything anyone says to you.
Exactly what I was saying before you called.
Yeah. It's like the pastors, they capitalize on vulnerabilities. They know, because let me tell you something, even before I traveled, before I got married, before anything, women are the highest percentage you get in any churches, because we pay attention more to prophecies. The same prophecy somebody is giving to your mom, if somebody gives it to your dad, he will wash it out and you just not look into that direction. But your mom, the moment they say that thing, oh my God, she's on her knees, she's on, she's looking for money, she's singing, she's praying overnight, she's no longer eating, she's believing everything. Women, that is just the way we are wired naturally. We pay more attention to things. And anything that has to do with our families, your husband, your children, you just want everything and anything that would make you protect them. So that is why they tend to capitalize on our women and, manipulate them the more, because the women believe anything that will make progress in the family is what they are looking for.
It's not every woman.
I will explain. I'll come to that. We're talking about percentage now. So I wouldn't say your mom, my mom. No, we're not talking about your mom and my mom. We're talking about the percentage of people in the society. Okay. If you notice, even in the Islamic region, you see that most people attending are women. They're women. We want progress. We want success by any means. And that is why even the Babalawos, I'm sure, is the women that patronize them more.
100%.
Exactly. Because what we're looking out for is just a progress to whatever problem we think we have. And everything to women, to mothers is a problem. The moment your 2-year-old is not talking is a problem. Oh, there's a problem. There are witches. There are my neighbor. Exactly. We just believe in everything and anything. We want to hold on to something for every failure. The moment your child fails twice, you're suspecting your neighbor. That is some women. I'm just saying, not everybody. So don't get me wrong when I say, but I'm just saying that is most African mothers. They just believe that we want to attribute the failures to somebody and something, right? You have a child. It is when I moved to an advanced country, then I realized that most of these problems we attribute to witches, wizardcraft, and all this rubbish. It's just normal. The people in the European region, they understand that a child, there's possibility that that child is not smart enough to follow up education, to get education. They believe there's something they call dyslexia. You can't read, you can't write. Thank you. But in Nigeria, they will beat the shit out of you, and then they will attribute it to maybe your father has 2 wives. They will attribute it to Yale, Yawo, the first wife, the second wife. We attribute everything. We don't resolve problems. We just believe somebody is dead, trying to do something bad. So that is why all these our prophets, the pastors, whoever is in power of authority in religion wise, we want to believe everything. We want to believe everything. A child is born with disability. We are attributing it to somebody you fought with. We don't understand a lot of things. Mental health issues, we attribute it to somebody. Somebody is doing somebody.
Spirituality.
Mental health, dementia. We don't know them in Nigeria up till now. We don't understand what dementia is up till now. So in that case, you will be looking for solutions where there are no solutions. Most of these pastors are only better than you and me because they spend their time reading Bibles and studying it. They go to school for it. Theology. They go to school to read theology. So the time they spend, just like if you are, let me say you're professional, let's say you are a hairdresser.
Most of them don't even know this Bible.
The Bible.
You understand? So it is something you do day in, day out. If you take something to be your major work, you do every day. Obviously, you'll be specialized in it.
We study Bible in original languages. We know say they don't know book. I have not met
of them. Just let me tell you about 40% of the pastors. What makes us get so carried away with them is the grammar, phonetics. Those are the ones you see, the crowd, because they can express, they can manipulate, they know how to use the words, they know what to say, they know how to get you, you see, they don't even need to ask most of we women when we go to church what our problems are, because when they do altar calls and they say, oh, if you're trusting God for children or child, then you see half of the women in the church are up already, so already they know where to capitalize.
You already know what the problem is.
If you are a pastor in the UK, what they capitalize is if you are trusting in God for your papers. You see, everybody gets it, You will not even see men jumping up. Even these men don't even have their papers, but you won't see them jumping up like women. So the moment the pastor realizes what your problems are, what your vulnerability is based on, they capitalize. That is when they start giving you visions via those problems they already identify. Some of them are so smart. Your friend that invited you to the church will be the one giving them the information without even your friend realizing they are already asking her questions about you.
Yes.
Your friend is already stylishly giving them info. Let me give you a funny experience. One I had recently and one I had years ago. I had one like 10 years ago where my friend's pastor was having a crusade in a very small church around some east part of London, Dagenham. And I followed my friend to that church. And this church is a very small church. So it's like 30, 50, 100 people there. So definitely this pastor knows who is new. Yeah. So after the church service, this pastor asked them to ask me to wait, that daddy and mommy wants to see me. And I went to see daddy and mommy in their room after the service. And all the 3 prophecies these guys gave me, what mommy and daddy gave me, they were all false. But you know what? I played along. I played along. Because one, after they went in trance in front of me, it was already irritating me, but I just tried to play along. And they said, I can see the devil is trying to use your children. Somebody has laid hands on your children. I didn't have children then. So daddy said somebody has laid hands on my children, and then 2 of them, as he was talking right now, if I checked them before I left home, they are already sick. I said, yes, daddy. I said, yes. He said, good. He said, the second one is, I can see there's some papers you are dragging with somebody. That paper they didn't want to give you, you are dragging it. Are you trusting God for anything? I said, yes, the Home Office. Already I've had my papers. I said, Home Office, And right there, they became actor and actress in front of me because I was beginning to see them like actor and actress. Because mommy and daddy started saying, "Mommy, what did I say to you?" Daddy would go, "Oh my God, daddy, you said it." Then daddy would say, "Oh my God, daddy, you have never missed it." Mommy too would be like, "Oh, that mommy, oh my God, mommy, you know whatever Holy Spirit brings is always right." In front of me, I was just seeing them like I was watching a Nollywood film, but I was acting along. And then he gave me the third prophecy. No, the third prophecy was I think they asked me to, was it the children? They asked me to sow seeds. And how do I sow the seeds? They said I was going to buy candle in that church. They mentioned the number of candles I will be buying from mommy, and the olive oil, I will be the anointing oil I will be buying. Everything was a lot of money. They immediately calculated for me. But I did not argue. I did not argue. So they told me, because the crusade was still ongoing and was 3 days. So they told me the next day I'm coming, I should lay the mantle. You know, when they give you an handkerchief or something, they asked me to lay it on my children and then bring it and bring the money they asked me to bring. And then
children we don't get.
The children we don't get, especially when they never married, we don't even get husband, we don't even get boyfriend that time. Oh, I said, "Thank you, Daddy." And as Daddy, because I was playing along, saying, "Oh my God, yes, Daddy, when I left home this morning, both of them were sick, Daddy." He said, "Oh, I said it." Then Daddy closed his eyes for some 5 minutes. He said, "Yes, I'm seeing that woman. There's a particular woman. Your husband, does it go mother?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Yes, I can see her. Is she dark in complexion?" I said, "Yes, Daddy, I can see her. She was the one doing it, trying to trouble you. Oh, we have to deal with this woman, mommy. Mommy, we have to deal with it." I was like, which woman? Person when don't get boyfriend, go get mother-in-law. But you know, so if I'd said no, when they prophesied, if I had said, "Oh no, I know marry Daddy," they would deviate again. They would change the topic. They would look for something else. But I'm just telling you my little experience. So this Daddy, each time I was giving positive vibes, trying to make it sound like, you know, they were right, they kept acting the more. "Ah, mommy, I saw that woman. Oh my God, she's dark. Oh my God, she plaited her hair. If I have mother-in-law, what will she do to her hair? If I have a mother-in-law, what will the mother-in-law have on her head? When you are telling me my mother-in-law plaited her hair, that you saw a woman plaited her hair, she was fooling my children." So just to tell you the little gimmicks and the little tricks they play on people, and people will fall for it. I didn't fall for it because even me entering that church, I wasn't connecting. There are some churches you go, you will not connect. There are some pastors you will not connect with. I'm telling you. So for that moment, I did not say, I know, Auntie, I not say no to them. I did not even tell them they were lying. I just acted. But the next day, I did not attend that church. I didn't go. Unfortunately, they asked for my information from my friend, and this pastor called me after their service, the second or the third day, and said, "Oh, we didn't see you yesterday, sister." And I said, "Oh, sorry, sir. I went to my own church. The next day was Wednesday. I normally go to my own church." He said, "What church do you attend?" I said, "I attend, Pentecostal, blah, blah, blah." He started, backlashing my church, saying all these churches, they are all failures. They all come here for power. And I said, "What power, sir?" He said, "Your pastors come here for power. All of them are fooling you. They come to us for power." I said, "What power, sir?" I could see his other side. Thank you. I could see his other side because he thought he already had a prey. He caught a prey that would be, bringing money to the church or additional money anyhow, but it wasn't happening. Then he started changing his tone with me, like it's no longer a pastor on the phone. He started, "Oh, you really want those children to die? You want them to die? Okay. I was going to go into trance and prayer for you before for those children. I am telling you, this is where you belong. You are going to serve in this church and you are going to use your resources and everything. The money you are meant to use for the oil, mommy already packages for you. You are supposed to collect your oil and your candles and pay for it. You are telling me you are not coming again. Your salvation will go to somebody else. This will go to, all this kind of rubbish. Now imagine this pastor was saying it to somebody like my mother or an elderly person. They will fall for it and they will start shaking.
Only they will just tell you the truth.
But
go your own.
I was there. Really, we were throwing banters on the phone. I said, "Baba, I beg, come out. Now I beg, get lost. Which kind of children? Kill them if you can kill them." I still did not tell this pastor that I didn't have children. And he kept, He kept hammering on these children.
Like you are strong.
He's pitying me. Even when he slept yesterday, he saw that same woman trying to cut one head, trying to cut one hand, trying to destroy the children. Just because the woman wanted to trouble me. He went on and on. It didn't bother me. And he was telling me about my home office papers. He said, that home office papers, I don't think you ever get it.
Better for these pastors.
Pastor Freeze, now saw this man tell me on phone. You see, after years later, this man, they called me on the phone, because now I wasn't playing his game. He told me, he said, you will never get that home office paper, that I will still have to run back to him. Now, I found out something after years. Anybody listening to this, living in London, East London, Dagenham, we know what I'm talking about, and we know this pastor. This pastor was now telling me that I will never get my papers, I'll get deported. I found out later that this man did not even have his papers. This pastor that wanted to pray for my own papers, will not even get papers for this country.
Wow.
So all I was just trying to say to you now imagine that really I did. Pastor Freeze, now imagine Pastor Freeze say, I don't even get paper that time. Let me speak broken now. Let's assume it that time when this man, they try to frustrate me, say, I don't really get papers. Don't you think I will be paying him? I will be running after him. I will be paying some money into this church. I will be doing everything if I was desperate.
Yes. That's what I wanted to say. Desperation.
So that is why they get people. That is how they get people. Yeah, that is how they get you. Because now they capitalize on it. Okay. There was another time an auntie in Nigeria said, oh, I have this pastor that prays with me, that prophesy things, and they're always coming through. Do you want to speak to the person? I said, no, auntie. My auntie gave this pastor my phone number. This pastor will be calling me from Nigeria with his own money. And then first time, second time, the third time I was able to speak to him, he was asking some funny questions like, oh, I could see that you are coming to Nigeria to come and start building something that year. I said, yes, sir. Then he came back to say, oh, I can see a big land. I said, yes, sir, like 10 acres. He said, he saw it. He said there were witches having meeting on my land. So he wanted me to bring my papers, my documents, so that he will bless them, because there are witches on the land, and anything I want to do on that land, they will not let it manifest. So this man was telling me that when I come to Nigeria, I told my dad this story, and I told my friends, any of my friends here now will remember the story. This pastor told me to bring the papers. He has to bless it. When I land in Nigeria, I should not go home straight. I should make sure I bring the papers, because I told him I had the papers with me in London. This man told me to bring the papers. And he told me to bring 3 shoes for 3 elders that just came down from the mountain after 40 days and 40 nights on the mountain. He wanted these 3 men to pray for me, so he asked me to bring 3 shoes. Now 3 shoes, and then when he first said it, I didn't argue it, but because I knew I wasn't going to see him. But I now asked him a question. I said, 3 shoes. What is the sizes of these 3 elderly men coming from the mountain that wanted to pray with me? He said they wear the same size, but I have to buy different shoes.
Now him be the 3 men. Baba really.
So pastor told me to buy size for the 3, but I should make sure one is. He was even mentioning the type of shoe. One should be Maori, one should be Celestial. He was giving me the type of shoes I should bring. The same size for 3 elderly men that were wearing the same size. Can you imagine? So that tells you there are different ways of manipulating people. And let me now in Nigeria, half of the people in Nigeria want to get out of that country. Everybody wants to japa because of the situation and the economy, which is understandable. So now pastors are feeding fat on this economic situation. They know that everybody wants to go. So half of the altar calls now is, if you want to move, if you want to travel, you want to lay hands on your passport, you have to do this. Everybody, and these people, it's not as if they are gullible, but they are frustrated. They just wanted somebody to say something to their situation. When you are frustrated, you just need somebody to prophesy anything. You just want to hear something. You just want somebody to say something. And that is how we all feel.
My problem is, must it be pastor? When you are frustrated, when you are in a dark place, must they go and meet a pastor to talk to them?
Okay, sorry, let me, before I answer your question, sorry, what's your name, sister?
Laye. Yeah.
Laye, you know why? You see that your question, the reason is it's the upbringing. This is what, like I was saying to you, if you notice all the churches, our parents don't even query the pastors. Yeah. They don't query anything. That was why these pastors got away with murder in the past. You see? So it is upbringing that when you lack something, listen, first one is when you lack something, the way we were trained and wired is most homes in Nigeria, we are religious. It's either you're a Christian or you're a Muslim. You have to be something. It's a common thing in Nigeria. Yeah. Only 10% will not be a Christian or a Muslim. For me, my own environment growing up, it's either your parents are Muslims or they are Muslim or they are Christian. So this is the way we are wired. This is what we are made to understand. One, we are taught to pray for things. Okay, now we understood praying and getting results. That is the way we were wired. That only God can solve problems. Which is, yes, I still believe. Then secondly is, if you don't go to church, it's as good as you are a sinner. That is the upbringing we had. If you don't go to church, going to church to us, those pastors represented God to us when we were growing. They will see them as God. Our parents don't even query them. So how are we going to query them when we cannot even query our parents? So it is what you are wired to understand. It is what you're bringing, what they taught you. So now I want to travel, and in Nigeria I want to travel. I've prayed, which was what my parents taught me to pray. I have prayed, my prayers are not answered because all my friends left, right side have traveled, they have jackpot. What do you think I will be the next thing? I can't pray the prayer because I'm not getting a result. I'm running to a church. I'm running to a pastor who can pray better than me. We all believe the pastors have more power than us. We all believe they are. We know, Pastor Chris, Daddy Freeze, if you don't have the understanding you have now, if I don't have the understanding I have now,
Pastor Mubu, well.
You see, person like us, we don't help the ministry well in the past. We don't pay like anything, so forget about it. We don't pay. Why would they say person don't pay, Bagbe? We don't pay like pay. Just because we believe in their prophecies, right? There's nothing believe. See, now let's not forget that there's some prophecies that came to pass. There's some prophecies that were right. It's not all of them that are all, dubious and fraudulent and fraudsters and all that. But it's just the percentage. You see the percentage.
And many of the prophecies that they got right, some are guesswork.
Now guess.
Pastor Gray, Pastor Daddy Freeze, guesswork and calculations. You see, and you see their calculations is the same calculation I can calculate, the same way you can calculate. It's because they have the power of the mic. They have the mic. They hold the mic. So whatever they say, we run after it. But what I'm saying to you is, they are able to prey on us. They are able to manipulate us. They are able to, do all these things because of our upbringing. That is all I'm saying. Our parents caused half of these things because we saw the way they were behaving with the pastors as well for the religious kind of family. Me growing up, I didn't grow up in such family. Even my dad is a Muslim. He's still a Muslim. We go to church if we like. We do anything. So I am not one of them. But there's a stage in your life because you see your friends doing it, or because you believe, because your friend went to this pastor, this thing happened, you want to follow them as well. So at some stage in everybody's life, there is that period that you feel frustrated, that you think you need this, somebody to help in one area or the other. Maybe you want to travel, you want to pass exam, you want to marry, you are trusting God for children, for the fruit of the womb. You get frustrated, you go to these pastors. And then the moment, you see, most of their prayers, like Daddy Free said, is calculations and give or take sometimes. Now, when you pray for 100 women, now, let me give you the calculation now. You are running a church. You give altar call of people trusting God for fruit of the womb, and 20 women, they got up. Do you know that out of these 20 women, God was already going to give 10 of them children without even running around? It's just they are impatient. It's just they are tired of waiting. They don't know what it's time. They don't know how long they're going to wait. So 10 of these people, from tomorrow already, they're going to get pregnant without even going to church or going to mosque or going to anywhere. They were even going to get pregnant anyway, but they didn't know.
They'll carry the glory, go to their pastor.
Thank you. So 10 of these 20 that got up, this is where the calculation comes in. 10 of these 20 people that got up, they were already going to get pregnant anyway. 10, the remaining 10, 3 of them are already going through maybe IVF, maybe other treatments, and they're not just trusting it, but they're already doing it. All right. So some of them is just fibroids they have, it's just other kind of medical issues they have, but they're just trusting the pastors. And so when these 10 people now became pregnant and they have children, now tell me, do you know how many people these 10 people will bring to church because they got up for this prayer and they got pregnant and they have children? Everybody around them, they will be telling it's now becoming a testimony. Yeah. It is such. And then the moment you see people giving testimony, every testimony is bringing 100 people to the church. Because
100%.
All the people that are trusting
God cannot do does not exist.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys.
But now they will now be attributing it not to God anymore. In most cases, they are attributing it to this pastor who can pray much, who can pray so well, who knows the God, who is close to God, who is the God's PA, who is the God's assistant director, who knows where God sleeps and where God wakes up. They are all attributing it to this pastor.
Sorry. I want the lady who just joined us to say something so we can round off. I'm so sorry about the quality of the video and audio. It's Instagram. They're just acting up. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Who's my #1 gifter on TikTok today? Big shout out to Okechukwu Victoria. And my #2 gifter is MOP. I'm also looking for 50 money dogs. Let's make that happen. So go ahead, my wonderful young lady at the bottom. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm always watching the live. I'm following you, but I've not had the courage to come on this. I enjoyed the topic, watching from the comment section. But I totally agree with Sister Aderonke. She is absolutely right. There are more women than men in the church because women, we believe so much in our pastors. We believe so much. No, I grew up in a Catholic home, baptized, confirmed. So I was abused by a priest. This is somebody that is supposed to, he knew when I was born, I was baptized in this Catholic church, but I was abused by this priest. Sorry. So,
wow.
Traumatize you, you can't say. Because at that time, we were meant not, we grew up that it's something like, it was so scary for us, we cannot say it. We cannot say it. So when it was happening, it was more of the priest will say, if you say anything, nobody will believe you. Because he has been doing it and he has been getting away with it. And if anybody complains, it's with these Catholic mothers in the church that we abuse you, that you are the one that caused it. This is a Catholic church where we don't put on trousers. We wear skirts, we cover our head. I was among the upper girls. I was abused by a priest, but I had to keep quiet. The way mothers look at it, even the way you dress, the way you do things, they will tell you, you don't dress like this, you don't do that. But dressing, I realized that dressing was not the problem. If you want to be abused by somebody, you will be abused regardless of your dressing. And these mothers, they tend to take the priest as God, just like Sister Aderonke said. They look at them as God. The priest, the pastors, they are like God. They will not believe you. No matter, they will not believe until it happens to their own children. Until it happens to their own children. They will ask you to keep quiet. You lied, you this, you that. People will reject you. You will even be sent out of the church if care is not taken. Okay, when I told my mom about what happened with the priest, I think my mom is somebody that it took the grace of God for her to understand what I'm saying because she didn't want to. I guess it was shock for her because she didn't want to believe it because she said you were baptized there now. What are you saying? I said yes, it happened, and she was angry and she went to the priest. She did not believe me at first until the priest called. My mom's voice and my voice, they are the same. So my mom picked the call and the priest was saying, waiting in the church, then say then there. Now my mom was like, ah! My mom was just shouting. My mom was just
Now,
shouting.
true network bad. I mean, my own bad self. I don't
Everybody on bad. And they watch them. Everybody network bad. And they watch them from the other side.
Yeah, I was thinking this is not how that street life normally used to be. So that I left the Catholic church. Then I went to a Pentecostal church. I say at least Pentecostal, the pastors, they get married. They will not abuse members.
You get
So
mine
I
to
went
go
there.
church back again. Pastor, don't give you something.
After
You get
2 years.
It's upbringing. It's upbringing. It's upbringing. It's part of her.
Yes, my mom was
I know
like,
it's part
you
of
cannot
her.
sit at home. You cannot sit at home. Everybody will be
No,
going
yes,
to church.
you
You'll
can
be
go
like,
to church, but you talk to them again. That is what I mean.
He's saying an idle mind is the devil's workshop, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, let me.
When you go to church, not be so devil open workshop for your body.
I just tired. They cannot convince African parents, especially the mothers. They don't believe that God is in the church. God is in your home. First of all, God is in your house. There are some people that don't go to
knowledge,
church.
understanding. They don't have the understanding. Like
Big shout out to Tamara Owen, my #1 gifter. All right, guys. It's been a wonderful time hanging out with you people, and we all shared our experiences. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow. Thank you for coming. I'm so sorry, my darling sister. I'll try to get in touch with you.
Thank you so much.
That's the link that went through Mrs. Joanne. Is that your name?
Yes, somebody is even agreeing with me that he knew everything. He knew everything that happened then. There's somebody here. He knew everything that happened back then. Like this person was like, "I will go and kill this priest." He was so angry. Like, "I will go and kill this priest." He's a very popular priest in those states. He was very popular. 25 years priesthood, and he did what he did.
Daddy
Wow.
Freeze, I think you have to bring this lady back probably tomorrow. We need to go deep into this.
We need to go deep into that.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
And we definitely would. So join us tomorrow. I'm gonna try to reach out to you. I've followed you already. I'll send you a message. Pick it up from there. God bless you, my darling sister. And you guys need to be careful. Matthew chapter 6 verse 6 says, "Pray inside your bedroom." There's nobody's prayer that is more important than your own.
Yeah.
And before you came, I asked that Bible verse that is pinned there is very important for you to read that verse. It's 2 Timothy. I'm going to read it to you guys. 2 Timothy chapter 3 from verse 5. 2 Timothy chapter 3 from verse 5. I'm reading the New Living Translation. It says, "They act religious, but they'll reject the power that will make them godly. Stay away from people like that." Verse 6, "They are the kind who walk their way into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires. Such women are forever following new teachings, but they are never able to understand the truth. Women are vulnerable and easily manipulated. Your mother does not know God more than you. My mother is not my spiritual mentor. Whatever my mother understands God to be is her business. I took my time out to study Bible in original languages. I studied history. I am not emotional. Whatever I understand scripture to be, I believe personally that I know more than any Nigerian Pentecostal pastor. Maybe the priest. Do you understand? So I will not allow a woman lead me spiritually, because unless the woman is like my wife, Taste Boss, that also doesn't want to hear pastor, and you cannot wind her up. Because let me tell you something, God will not let you see problem. If you see small problem like this, and person tell you, say the solution to it is this prayer, you will say, what do I stand to lose? That's how people join them.
I don't see problem with
I remember when there was Ebola and people were bathing with salt. I called the doctor up. The doctor said, yes, so that you should bath with salt. I said, doctor, Ebola is not a worm, it's a virus. It's a virus inside your body. Salt cannot do anything. I might not be a doctor. Him come begin the argument, me say, "In go medical school, I go." I tell you, say, Baba, because you go medical school, no me say you know this thing more than me. I'm a rational thinker. How do you use salt and water to wash away A virus.
A virus.
Baba say lie, oh. Say no, say I too dey stubborn. Say one expert come talk. I say if you like, be expert from here until you can prove to me that you can use salt to bat away a virus. How?
Which is not possible.
Do you know more people died from drinking salt and batting with salt than from Ebola in Nigeria? But because the idea is that if you bat with salt, nothing will do you. I remember one of my friends, one of the children was vomiting back then. Because she touched the child, she went to bath with salt water.
My mama called me.
Knowledge is profitable, and when you don't have it, you have to believe anything.
So you see, at the end of the day, that thing, and what are you going to lose anyway? Just try it. That thing is very dangerous. Don't try anything, as benign as it may sound, as harmless as it may sound. If you are not sure of the origin, your brain needs to be intact. All the people that I know that entered what God cannot do does not exist. They are still there.
Yeah.
One person came to tell me that she had been praying for husband and God gave her husband. I said, me that had wife and did not do what God cannot do does not exist.
These are natural things.
These are natural things that will happen to you anyway.
It will happen
But
anyway.
Because we are trained to be gullible, we find ourselves
even the Bible said it. Even the Bible said it, that obviously people perish due to lack of knowledge. And if you're not getting that knowledge, if you're not getting the knowledge, you will believe
perish for
everything.
lack of going to church. The Bible does not say people perish for lack of prayer. The Bible does not say people perish for lack of fasting. It says for lack of knowledge.
Knowledge, yes.
That time you are going up and down from church to church, use it to gain knowledge. You find how easy it will be for you to navigate life. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you're watching on TikTok, remember to double click the screen. I love you guys. I'm going to be back later on in the evening and we're going to have another session. Take care, everyone, and God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.